Okay, we are looking today at some punctuation. Punctuation that we can use to create a certain type of effect. And again, the reason we're doing this is so that we can apply this to our, you got it, our writing. Many of you are already using the different types of punctuation in your writing already. So this should come very natural for many of you. Now, we know, right, that a sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. And we already know that. And we know that they can end with a period, a question mark, or even an exclamation point. And now we've talked about this, so now we know that when you use a variety of different sentence types, you're going to make your writing more interesting for your reader. So again, creating that variety of sentence types. So let's take a look at the 4 different sentence types that we can use. We can use a statement. A statement ends in just a period. For example, summer is my favorite time of year. That is a statement. The second type of sentence that we can write is a question. We know that a question ends in a question mark. What season do you like best? The third type of sentence is an exclamation. We know that usually that creates some sense of like excitement or urgency. This summer, I went white water rafting. Again, using that exclamation mark. And then the last type of sentence is a command. That's where we're giving like a direction or telling our reader or in our writing something that they're going to do. Tell me when you get my photos. Again, giving a command. That often includes a period. Sometimes it can include an exclamation mark, but oftentimes we're using a period. Instead of beginning a report with a statement, try beginning with a question. So, for example, here's a statement. At the end of the summer, we went kayaking. They turned it into a question. Have you ever tried kayaking on a hot summer day? Again, just kind of switching up those types of questions, creating that variety, will also interest your reader just a little bit more. Let's look at this one. If you want to express strong emotion, consider writing an exclamation instead of a statement. So let's look at that example. A statement might be, kayaking is an exciting sport. An exclamation might read, what an exciting sport kayaking is. So again, just creating variety for your reader. So I want you to look down here at this little text box, and it says, think about how the end punctuation that you choose will affect the way your reader hears your sentences and understands your meaning. So again, you know as writers the message that you're trying to convey, but when your reader picks up your essay, they are not right inside your head. So we have to think not just about like the words that we're writing, but also the punctuation and how we want our reader to interpret or hear these sentences. So let's look at some examples together. It looks like we're given a lot of statements here, and we want to rewrite these as either a question or an exclamation. So let's get started. It says here that we're going to tell a partner how the change in punctuation changes the meaning of the sentence. So we'll take a look and then we'll discuss those together. So for question number 1, you all must wear life jackets. Well, how could we turn that into a question? I think the first one that comes to mind is this one. Do we all have to wear life jackets? That's one way we could turn that sentence into a question. Can you think of another way? What about this way? Must we all wear life jackets? Do you see how it's really the same idea? It's about everyone wearing a life jacket, but just even the difference in the way that you ask these questions, they kind of sound different to your reader. Do we all have to wear life jackets? Or Must we all wear life jackets? Again, it creates just a variety for your reader. Let's look at number 2. Kayaking is easy to learn. Let's turn that into a question. This one might make a little more sense. The first way that I think of it might be this way. Is kayaking easy, or hard to learn? Question mark. So again, I turned this sentence, the idea of kayaking and learning kayaking, into a question. Is kayaking easy or hard to learn? To me, that question just sounds kind of open. I don't really interpret that as like assuming kayaking is difficult or easy, but just as a question. Is it easy or hard to learn? But what if I rewrote it this way? It would probably help if I could spell it. Go ahead and read that question to yourself. Sorry for my messy writing. That should be kayaking. Do you feel kind of a different way when you read that question? I don't know about you, but when I read it that way, I kind of tend to now in my brain think that kayaking might be kind of challenging. Why? Because it just reads, isn't kayaking hard to learn? It's a little bit different than asking, is kayaking easy or hard to learn? So again, just thinking about this part, about the way you want your reader to hear your sentence and understand your meaning. Let's look at example number 3. There are rocks ahead. So we want to rewrite it as an exclamation. Well, if you're white water rafting and you're on a kayak and there's rocks ahead, that could probably indicate danger. So if I were going to rewrite this as an exclamation, I might say something like, look out for the rocks ahead. With an exclamation point. So again, it creates that sense of urgency and also strong emotion. Let's look at the last example. I enjoy kayaking. How could we rewrite that as an exclamation? What about this way? Wow. Do I enjoy kayaking? Now, technically that is an exclamation. I know some of you are probably thinking, do I enjoy kayaking? That's a question. But the way that we've written it, it actually is an exclamation. Maybe so it makes a little more sense. I should rewrite it as, wow, I sure do enjoy kayaking. But again, recognizing most importantly that when you switch up your punctuation and you create that variety, it also is more interesting for your reader. Today, you are going to read a short paragraph. You have 4 multiple choice questions. For each question, you're referring to this paragraph. Sentences are numbered. For example, this is sentence 1. I like nature and adventure. This is sentence 2. Kayaking is a great way to experience both. And then so on for all 10 sentences. For each question, they're going to refer to one sentence. So, for example, number 3 says, which rewrite of sentence number 7 best gives the effect of a command or orders? So you're going to go back in the paragraph, reread sentence 7. Can you move to the left of them now? And which one is more of an example of a command or giving an order? So you're going to do that for all 4 questions, and let me know if you have any questions or you need any help with this.